One of the things I want to talk about today is how understanding does not equate to healing. Why insight hasn't healed you. This was something that really messed with my mind for a very, very long time. As somebody who started therapy at 15 years old and was in and out of it till I was 42. Now, at one point, I even had a therapist. I probably went through, if I had to guess, maybe 8 therapists in that 30-year time frame. And I was not a person that was consistently in therapy for all 30 years or for all 28 years or whatever it was. But I did consistently go. So I wasn't consistent in going, I never didn't take a break. I took breaks, but I was consistent. And I remember when I had my first nervous breakdown in my 30s and I finally ended up getting on Zoloft, one of the conditions with the psychiatrist was to work with a therapist, because at that point, psychiatry had already just become like med management. And so he wanted me to see a therapist at the same time. And I started seeing this therapist. I can't even tell you what the guy's name was. I didn't see him very often. And he said to me, "I don't even know why you're here, because you get it. You have insight. You understand what the problem is." And I said to him, if I understand what the problem is, why is my anxiety still off the charts? So today I want to talk about why having insight doesn't heal you. And here's the reality. If insight weren't enough to heal from our lived experiences, from trauma, we would be healed. Because I know you're insightful. The majority of people are insightful. Most of us have spent some amount of time reflecting. We know how to connect the dots. You understand where things started in your life. And yet, your body still reacts. You still get anxious. You still shut down. You still feel hijacked in moments don't warrant it. And I think, when I talk about being disabled and debilitated with anxiety, that's it. It's that hijacking in the moments where everything around you is seemingly fine. It is such a mind mess, and that's a gap. It's a gap between understanding and relief. And it is one of the most discouraging parts of healing. And it often leads to people believing that they're doing something wrong. And I know that was my case, where I was like, I must be so broken. I'm doing something wrong, because no matter how much I understand, I have no relief. So I want to say this clearly right from the start. Insight matters. However, insight alone does not heal a nervous system. So I want to name the frustration that most people don't say out loud. Many of the people I work with say some version of this. I know why I'm like this. So why am I still struggling? Maybe they've been in therapy for years. They've read the books. They've listened to the podcast. They've met with the people. They can explain their patterns better than anybody. And yet their body does not cooperate. So when your body doesn't cooperate, you assume, and I have heard this from people, I'm therapy resistant. I've heard that one a lot. I must be so broken. There's no fixing me. And I must not want this badly enough. And I hate that for people, because it's honestly bullshit. And I remember when I had my second nervous breakdown in my early 40s, at the beginning, I started seeing somebody and one of my kids had the flu, but I was so debilitated. I was in maybe a 2-week panic attack. So when I talk about my personal experience with anxiety, I would get into these periods where my anxiety just, again, hijacked my body. For me personally, that's how I differentiate the difference between an anxiety attack and a panic attack. Anxiety comes and goes. Panic attack just stays with me. It debilitates me. It will last days, weeks. It's awful. And I was in one of those panic attack moments, and I was supposed to go see this gal, a new person. It was no longer going to be a therapist. This was going to be my first experience with a clinical hypnotherapist. And she was not a therapist. She was more of a coach, honestly. It was my first experience with that. And because my kid had flu, I opted to do phone. Zoom wasn't even an option. We're talking, 2012, 2013, 2014. We're talking 12 years ago. And I'm on the phone with her and she doesn't really know me yet. And we're just starting to talk things through. And I said to her, I understand my whole backstory. And in many ways, I have forgiven, forgotten, done all the things. But there is a missing chip between my body and my mind because I'm walking with gratitude. I understand the things. I'm doing all the practices. My body is not catching up. And it really was so confusing. So this idea that I must not want this badly enough or I must be so broken was a conclusion I came to, but that conclusion was wrong. And I'm here to tell you it causes real harm. It's personal for me, as you can see. For a long time, insight was all I had. I understood my backstory. I could trace behaviors back to moments in my childhood. I understood the why. And because insight was framed as healing, let me say that again, because insight has always been framed as healing, right? Get to know yourself better. I kept waiting for relief to follow, but instead of relief, I felt more frustrated, more discouraged because knowing anything didn't stop my body from reacting. It didn't stop the panic. It didn't stop the dysregulation. And without another framework, I turned that frustration inward. I assumed insight should be working, which meant, again, I assumed the problem was me. Here's the shift that changed a lot of things for me. Insight lives in the thinking brain, right? Insight lives in the thinking brain. Trauma lives in the nervous system. And I want to remind you guys what trauma is. And if you've listened to my podcast, this is not going to be new. But for the newest listener, let me explain. Trauma is never the event. An event can be traumatic in the moment. Meaning an event can be scary. It can leave us feeling unseen, unheard, insignificant, not safe in a moment. But trauma is an aftermath from the moment. Trauma is a way that you took that experience and interpret it in a way that it continues to influence how you show up in life. So when I say insight lives in the thinking brain and trauma lives in the nervous system, trauma is actually not stored as a story. It is stored as a sensation. It's a physical reaction. It's a reflex. It's a response, which means your body can react long before your mind has had a chance to catch up. This is why you can know you're safe and still feel panicked. I'll give you a perfect example. I have a friend that was in an awful car accident. She had her 2 kids in the car with her. She came really close to missing her life. The car got totaled, the kids got injured, and it impacted her physically. She had a concussion and many physical challenges following that car accident. And that can be hard, right? When we have these physical repercussions like a concussion, we'll use that as an example. However, feeling safe in a car now was very challenging for her. She didn't really feel safe ever being in a car, but at some point she had to get herself right behind the wheel. And one time she was out driving with her kids and she found herself stuck. You know, when you get into like an intersection with a light and you can sometimes get stuck in the intersection where your light turns red and everybody's starting to move. And she throws herself into a panic. Her entire body, as a reflex, responded. And it told her, I'm not safe, even though in theory she was. So when I say trauma is not stored as a story, it is stored as a sensation, as a reflex, as a response. And it means that your body can react long before your mind has had a chance to catch up. That's what I mean. You can still feel panicked. Why you can understand your triggers and still feel hijacked by them? Your body isn't ignoring your insight. It simply operates on a completely different system. And this is why talking about our shit doesn't always fix it. So we learned and we're taught if we have a mental health problem, go talk about it. Most of us were taught healing meant talking, explaining, processing, understanding, and those things do matter. And those are things I do with my clients. But if the nervous system doesn't experience safety, It doesn't matter how clearly you understand your past, your body will always be operating in the present. It asks, am I safe right now? It's scanning. Do I need to stay alert? It's scanning because that's its job, guys. Your mind and your body have one job. Your mind and your brain's job is to keep you alive. Your body's job is to keep you alive. Your nervous system's job is to keep you alive. So when it's scanning for, am I safe? When it's scanning for, do I need to stay alert? What will help me survive? Those are the answers that come automatically. It's not logic. And there's a cost of relying on insight alone. Because when insight is treated as the finish line, a few things happen. People stay stuck longer than they need to. That was certainly the case for me. They feel ashamed for still struggling. Again, same for the case with me. If I had $1 for every single time somebody said to me, I can't believe that you're still dealing with that. I can't believe you're still struggling with that. It was so long ago. I don't still struggle with that. That's not helpful, guys. So when we feel stuck longer than we need to, when we feel ashamed for still struggling, we assume healing isn't possible for us. And so what do? We just push harder. Sometimes we numb out. Sometimes we just give up altogether, not because healing is impossible, but because the map that we were given was incomplete. So let's talk about what actually helps. Insight's not useless. It is essential, but it is the doorway, not the destination. Insight helps you recognize patterns. Regulation helps your body experience something different. This distinction is super central to the Calm Code. The podcast helps you see what's happening. My book, which is coming out in 2026, is going to help you name it and make sense of it. And my course, my live course, that's 8 weeks long, called the Calm Code, is where you're supported in community while your nervous system learns safety real time. Because healing doesn't happen through understanding alone, it happens through experience. So if you've ever thought, I know all of this, so why do I still feel this way? Please hear this. You haven't failed at healing. You've simply just been taught that insight was enough when your body needed more. Understanding is the beginning, guys. Safety is what allows change. And remember, as a certified non-clinical trauma care practitioner and the creator of the Calm Code, I know that this work begins when we stop blaming ourselves for having nervous systems that learned how to survive. If this episode spoke to you, I want you to know that you're not alone. I truly believe that we cannot heal what we do not understand. So insight is important, but my goal is to kind of open that doorway, as I mentioned earlier, to this idea of nervous system states. I know it's the missing piece for a lot of people. It's not something that's often talked about in a non-trauma focused therapy or a non-trauma focused way. The nervous system state and understanding things like polyvagal theory and the window of tolerance and all these things that I teach about in my course and my book were the missing pieces of information for me personally. And I'm just on a mission that people don't struggle the way that I struggled. Why? Why would I have all this insight and not share it with you guys? So I always say we cannot heal what we don't understand. And that goes beyond the brain insight. It goes into our nervous system insight as well. My hope is that today's short episode just gave you a little bit more understanding about yourself. And if it resonates with you, I've been doing this quite a bit lately. I've been sending people over to my website. It's flipyourmindset.com. And there on the homepage, you're going to find something called the HURT assessment, HURRT. It stands for Healing Unresolved Roots of Trauma. And it's just a really great survey. It's an assessment to help you start to see how some of the lived experiences that you had and the resources that you had during that lived experience might be impacting you in a way that you didn't understand. So go ahead, go take that free survey. It'll give you a little bit more insight because we can't heal what we don't know. And guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little punch, and I'm looking forward to seeing you on the flip side. Till then.